All right, here we all are. Say hi.
Hi.
So we're gonna first start with emotion movers that have to do with anger. Anger is kind of an easy emotion to move for many people because it's kind of big and dramatic, and it discharges with large motor movements and hot sweat and kind of big sounds. So the thing about anger is it can kind of easily become just sort of a display, a play, where you're not really feeling it, you're just sort of performing. So watch out for that. And also you want to use things to throw and hit that are soft, that aren't going to hurt your hand. So you don't want to be pounding on anything hard. It's actually easier if you want to hit a pillow to put your hands together and hit it like this. So you want to have care for your body and also your throat. If you really want to yell loudly, you want to open your throat. Low sounds rather than like that. That'll really shred your throat. So you want to relax your throat when you're making loud sounds. So when we start working lightly on emotion movers, there's a few things we can do.
Right. So just the stuff that's kind of readily what we do our day to day when we're walking through our world, like just clench your hands, right? Just tight, and release, and breathe. So with all of this, breath is really important. Big, deep breath.
Let's try that a little bit.
And the other that goes with that is clenching your jaw. Just,
sometimes even biting something,
right.
You know, get
That's
something soft, bite.
Growling, increase it again with some volume, right? So now you're adding sound to the movement. Right. Again, one of the lighter anger movers is just a slap. So just a slap.
Do you see him?
Right? And you can do it on your bed. A pillow on your bed is my favorite. Right? If you have a partner or somebody that that is going to play with you, the counselor, you can actually just push against somebody. Just push.
You want to brace your feet like this. Put one foot back.
And make sure that they're countering you correctly so that you're not pushing somebody over.
Right.
You just get the force.
So obviously you want to not hurt your back while you're doing this. If you have any injuries, don't use this one.
Right? And you can move your hands around and just really kind of wrestle a little bit.
You can also just kind of put shoulder to shoulder and push like that. Because the physical contact helps to get that angry energy moving.
And the contact is important. This is a great way to move anger.
Try it?
Yeah.
Try that one. Why did you go push hands? Let's do the push hands ones.
Push hands. Okay.
And just push hands.
Yeah, our faces are red. We're ready.
All right, great.
And one more of the light movers is a big voice, just using volume, right? Right? Just big breath, big volume, big throat. Now, if this bothers your ears, right? Go ahead and plug them up. So there are a couple more. Okay. One, you can just say no loudly. No.
No.
No. No.
No. Stop. Stop. No. How's that feel in your body? Strong.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also say forbidden words that you're not supposed to say, curse words.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit! Shit!
Darn!
Shit! Ah.
I hate this.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn it.
Yeah.
There's also another way to scream and let the energy out that doesn't actually use your voice if your voice isn't able to do that, which is the silent scream. So you can just cover your mouth and exhale really strongly and pretend you're screaming. You can also do that version with sound, and it will muffle your sound a lot. This is also a good one with fear, by the way.
You can also use a pillow with this, by the way. So into a pillow, into your hand. It's important to continue to move the body while you do this. Keep the body moving. So you notice we're all shaking as we do this.
Another thing that's really helpful is the ha breath. And the ha breath is something you do standing up. And you need to take your hands like this and put them way up and exhale and go ha. So you bend your knees, ha, and imagine you're chopping wood, right? It's like a fake wood chopping movement, and it just gets your whole body involved. So it's very satisfying. Ha, 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 ha. Use your diaphragm to make this out. Okay.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath and relax your throat and let it have it. Think about somebody you're mad at. This is a great way to not disturb your neighbors with blood-curdling screams.
Right.
All right, then put the pillow on the ground and get your legs as comfortable as you can. And what you want to do if you're hitting a pillow, if you're really hitting it hard, you don't want to just use one hand because that can mess up your body. So you want to use both hands, put them together, come up and then down, ha, like that. Or whatever sound you want to make. Shit! No! Okay, stop for a minute. Notice how that feels in your being. How do you feel after doing that?
Warm.
Yeah, warms me right up.
And a little more like relaxed, empty. Yeah. The intensity of it.
Releasing some of it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's bringing it up, and I want to do it more.
Right. Yeah. It's just doing these things kind of like priming the pump. You know, you can just start with no awareness of your anger and do this for a little while, and then suddenly the parts of you that are angry will arise because you're making space for them. You don't have to stand up, you can. All right, so another thing you can do, especially if you're working on issues about boundaries and having a conflict with someone over something that you both want, is you can express it physically in your body by pretending that you're fighting over an object and you're claiming it as mine. Which goes back to like your 2-year-old self, right? And your 2-year-old self was always saying, mine, 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 and usually got squashed for that. So it can actually feel really satisfying to claim the pillow as yours, so go for it. How does that feel?
Fun. I don't have memories of doing it as a kid. Maybe I was repressed.
Right.
I'm doing it now.
Right, exactly. If you all have a pillow you're holding, is you can have a pillow fight.
Oh.
So the thing about pillow fights is you want to whack them with something that's not going to hurt, and you don't want to hit their head.
Go ahead.
Right? It's all back, side, butt. places that aren't going to be injured easily. And take your glasses off before
Right.
you do anything like a pillow fight. All right, try that.
Uh-huh.
Not so like that. You can move around.
Oh, no, can we get, yeah, we can.
No hands, no hands. Aim low, aim low. All right. Get the teacher.
Yes, we can.
You get to go.
Yeah. All right, pause. So it's particularly satisfying when you're doing inner child work to use have a pillow fight and have the counselor play the role of an authoritarian adult and telling you, no, you should not do that. You're not being a good girl. You're not being a good boy.
Right.
Do not do that. And then the inner child would be absolutely delighted to whack them more. And this is actually a technique we use for counseling children also. Is you have a pillow fight with the child and you act, I'll show you a little bit if you want. Somebody can come and hit me a little bit. Now that is not the right way to treat your teacher. You should really not be doing that. No, stop that immediately. Stop that. No! I told you to stop. No. How'd that feel?
That's fun.
Yeah, so every inner child would love to whack an authoritarian figure.
Yeah. All day long.
Yes. Let's do a standing tantrum. Okay. A tantrum is basically where you want to move your head and your arms and your legs all at once, kind of fast, so that you interrupt the control patterns of being adult and sober. If you make everything move at once, it will jiggle the control patterns, and you will probably laugh or discharge somehow. So when you do it standing, you can start with your feet. Just imagine you're like 3 years old and you're having a tantrum, and then you can move your hands, and then you want to move your head and make a sound. Great. How's that feel? Fun.
I should have worn a t-shirt.
So let's lay down on the floor. You can put the pillow under your head if you want. If we had enough pillows, we would put a pillow under each hand. You may not all be able to do this, so. Alright, so put your knees up. And the way we're going to do it, you're going to have to slap the floor because you don't have pillows under your hands. If you have pillows, you could use your fists. Start by just moving your legs, making a sound. And then move your hands, slap the floor, and move your head. Rest. How's that feel?
It's a workout.
Tired.
Time for our naps.
Yes, if you were really angry, it wouldn't be tiring. You'd be just releasing anger.